My wife's sister confessed she has feelings for me. AITAH for not telling my wife about this? Story 1. I, 34M, have been married to my wife Michelle, 32F, for 4 years, and we've been together for 6. Michelle also has an older sister, Sharon, 34F. Growing up, Sharon and I were pretty close friends because we sort of had the same interests. She was into sports. We did the same activities together, etc. We were pretty much best friends, and I sort of considered her more like my own sister, or an extension of me, because we were both so similar. We even pursued the same field in college. We dated many different people, but never each other, because we were basically like siblings. I never really spoke with her sister Michelle during our teenage years because she was 2 years younger, and also we had nothing in common. However, a few years after Michelle graduated college, we did start talking more often, because there was a sort of romantic attraction and tension there. I asked her out shortly after. We dated for a couple of years and we married. We also have 2 children now. Through all this, Sharon was really happy for the both of us, and she thought we were perfect for each other. A few months ago, Sharon called me to her apartment because she wanted a serious chat, and she basically admitted that she had feelings for me for a long time, and that she knew it was wrong. She was crying really heavy, and she said she doesn't want to ruin mine and Michelle's life, but she had no one else to talk to about this. This whole thing came as a huge surprise to me because I always thought Sharon considered me like her brother. I told Sharon that I wouldn't tell Michelle about this because it would really ruin their sibling relationship, and it would ruin the entire family dynamics, but I also told Sharon that she needed to go to therapy to address these feelings, but that I would always be there to listen to her. Sharon has started online therapy, and we have sort of maintained our distance, but she does come to me to occasionally to talk about her therapy progress. AITAH and how I'm handling all this. First comment. Oh, AITAH, you're a fool. You should have gone straight home and told your wife, at once. Do you realize that in keeping this secret, you are actively betraying your wife? You are prioritizing her sister, who is making moves on you. You are jeopardizing your entire family. You cannot be there to listen to her. The family dynamic is already destroyed. If she didn't want to change things, she would never have told you. Telling you was horrifically selfish and manipulative. She's now got you on her side, against your wife. Sharing a secret like this is dangerous. It's going to create distance between you and your wife. It's going to make Sharon feel even closer to you. There's no way she isn't hoping that this is going to evolve into an affair and you leaving your wife for her. And you're naive to think otherwise. This woman isn't your sister. She's telling you very clearly that she's not. She's a woman who is trying to destroy your marriage. Stop treating her like you need to protect her and start treating her like an enemy to your marriage and family, because she is. And you have prioritized her feelings over your marriage. Tell your wife immediately. Apologize profusely for not telling her sooner. Stop prioritizing anyone or anything that isn't your marriage. Stop talking to Sharon at all. And hope that your wife forgives you for conspiring with Sharon to hide from her that her own sister wants to wreck her marriage. Second comment. A. You need to tell your wife. She did not have good intentions in telling you. If she really was in therapy and working on this, she would not have told you. She told you because she was hoping you might reciprocate and give her hope. If she were a good person, a good sister, you would not have been the one to tell this to. I would tell your wife ASAP because there is no telling what her sister will tell her. She could decide to cause issues by making something up, or telling your wife later that she told you and that you kept it from her. You also need to block her and not talk to her one-on-one at all, especially about her therapy. She is clearly playing you. No therapist working with her on this specific issue would at all say she should seek you out to talk about said therapy. She is getting what she wanted out of telling you a secret just between you and your divided attention to confide about her therapy. She could easily spin this into an EA. Do the right thing, tell your wife, block her sister, and completely distance yourself. You may already have issues with your wife for not telling her right away and continuing one-on-one contact. Good luck. Beni were easy. Edited to add, be prepared to have to do repair and healing in your marriage. If my husband didn't tell me something like this, then allowed the person who disrespected our marriage to become his confidant, I would view it as a betrayal. You have been lying to her by omission, and you will have to do work now to rebuild trust. Story 2. I called my ex when the kids wouldn't answer me, AITAH. For background, my ex and I have been divorced for 3 years. I am happily remarried. We have consistently had a joint dinner with the kids on their birthdays, going out to a restaurant or having a joint party. We had always agreed that the kids should not be put in the middle of our divorce and should not have to choose between us. This worked well until he got with his current girlfriend, who does not like that we had a friendly relationship, assuming this must mean I want him back, which could not be further from the truth. given that he emotionally and sexually abused me throughout our marriage, resulting in me needing much therapy for the resulting PTSD, and that therapy being a good chunk of what led me to leave him. Yesterday morning I asked in the group chat with my ex and my kids 25, 22, and 17 what we had planned for the middle one's birthday, which is coming up. My ex messaged me privately that he did not feel comfortable doing a joint get-together. I messaged him back that we had always agreed to not put the kids in the middle of this, and that it wasn't fair to the kids to have to choose between us. I also voiced concern that our oldest would have to pick between parents when he gets married, which he has been talking about doing soon. I reminded him that our own parents had put us through this and we had agreed that this isn't what we wanted for our own kids. The older two live with him, the younger is shared joint custody. I then messaged my kids that I would like if they would come for dinner and to bring the dog over to visit. They said they had plans to go to church, but the dog would be alone for 5 hours, so they would bring him over to hang out. They brought the dog over around 4 p.m. At 9 I asked them when they would be picking the dog up as my husband works early and we were tired. I got no answer for an hour and texted the group chat, including my ex, that I had their dog. I needed one of them to pick him up so we could go to bed. Again, no one answered me. I tried calling my eldest, and it was going straight to voicemail. I tried calling my middle child and he was not picking up either. So I called my ex, who allowed his GF to answer, pretend she couldn't hear me, and hang up on me. I called again and he answered, and I asked him if he knew how to get a hold of the kids, and if not, what I should do with his dog. If his house was open, could I drop the dog off so I could go to bed? He said of course I could drop the dog off. Then I asked why he had let his GF hang up on me, and told him that was uncalled for and incredibly rude. He said he didn't know why I had called, and that she picked up because she feels I am bothering him too much. I told him if he had bothered to read the text message he would have known I was calling about the dog. I'm being told I'm annoying and an asshole for bothering them, both my kids and my ex. AITAH? First comment. Ball. Start enjoying and living your life. Your first two are adults now. You should do. Son 2, your birthday is coming up. Would you want to do the family tradition and have dinner to celebrate? And if so, what day? If they respond, accept the date and time, and make sure the other two sons know the event. Say nothing more. If no response, make other plans for you and husband. Send son a gift card for a restaurant for his birthday, and you can enjoy your day. Awkward at first, but soon enjoyable. Or they will learn their lesson and follow up with you next time. And make sure you make reservations so if at last minute they ask, you can't break the date. I have been in something similar. I always use my vacation time at work since I became a widow to visit and spend time with my adult children. They then started being too busy. At first I was hurt as I was going out of my way to bend to their will. That I stopped going up to visit them. And I started going on cruises. At my 13th cruise in 2 weeks. And I have a blast. Now my kids find time to see me, and my second youngest calls me every day. My second oldest I talk to every day. And I now have more time with my grandchildren. Heck, they are pushing me to have time with them. But I still do my cruising, because I love it, and they make more of an effort for planning time. Second comment. Baini, NTA for this specific scenario. It sounds like you were just trying to get their dog back, and the fact they all ignored your attempts led you to directly contacting your ex. However, it's odd that you remain in regular contact with this man who emotionally and sexually abused you throughout your marriage, to the point you needed therapy. It's also curious why your kids chose to live with him, though that's not automatically indicative of anything on your part. It also sounds like your ex wishes to move on with his new girlfriend, and regardless of her potential sentiments towards you, he is entitled to do so. Your adult children are also old enough to manage their dynamics with both their parents and spend their birthdays how they want. Your argument about not putting them in the middle of the divorce does not apply here. It really sounds like you're struggling to let go of your ex and the nuclear family dynamic you once had. It may not be out of jealousy or lingering attachment to him particularly, but it feels like there's some sort of unresolved feelings at play. Regardless, you need to stop pushing yourself on them like this, not just for their sake but for your own as well. Your kids are all adults. Allow them their autonomy and to have a natural relationship with you, rather than one you are trying to force. Give your ex space, focus on your new marriage, and be patient with your kids.